There we go.
Recording in progress.
There we go. Well, welcome everybody to OUJ Jam More Than One at One, episode number, wait for it, 200. That's the second time I've used a kazoo in my lifetime. So you are part of history. This will go out on the World Wide Web, and that'll be that. So let's see, who is unmuted? That would be our new guest. I'm going to mute you, Anne, just because I care. I mute because I care. And then I was going to share something. That's what I was going to share the screen. So we're going to reimagine Down on the Corner. We're going to do some folk songs of the 70s in the letter D and F.
Nice.
What happened?
Let me think. Care. Oh, now I had it in my head. Wait a minute. Mute because you care. Now you're gonna share.
I'm dying.
That's the echo, I guess.
I'm crying on the inside. That's what I'm doing. That is so sweet. That is so sweet. Okay, I'm going to put my original sound back on. I'm going to change a number of views. I'm going to bring up some music. I'm going to do, a one-man engineer just right here. Okay, there is that and that and that and that. And what was I going to do? Oh, I was going to make me the sole proprietor. There we go. Do that and that. Move that out a little bit. Okay. And then let's bring the OUJ action cam so Anne can be stunned. There we go. Stunning. So we're going to reimagine Down on the Corner. It's 3 chords. I didn't know if you could see that. Yeah, you can probably see this. If you don't have this book, I can't help you. You should have this book, The Chord Wheel, by whoever it says there. Who does it say there? Jim Flesser, F-L-E-S-E-R. Because what that lets you do is you see a song like this, you think, well, I like that song. And it's got all these F's and C's and B flats. F, C, B flat. And it shows you these progressions. You say, that's great, but I can't sing it in F. Not only that, I hate B flat. We play that as G minor 7 more often than not. I hate that. Well, this lets you go, wait a second, what if I did this? Then I could play it in C, G, and F. Just like that. Boom. So it's a 1-5-4 progression and one of the most easily transposed songs in the known universe, or for our intents and purposes, the ukulele universe. So we are going to play it in C, though, because I like it in F. I like to get people to play G minor 7 or B flat, open 2-1-1, or 3-2-1-1 if you play B flat. And I like G minor 7 because you got this nice strong grip and you can do things with your middle finger. That sounds really nice. So there you go. We, of course, forever have gone down, down, up, down. Just a classic group sing-along. And this is how we would play it for our live jams. But these sessions are time to just kind of explore and learn and practice other skills. So we're going to reimagine this as a picking song where the intro and the verse are picked in a picking pattern, quasi-pseudo picking pattern, and then the chorus will strum. So that's what happens there. So the pattern is we strum, and I like the thumb strum. You strum it, you can do an index. So that's your first beat. And then your 2 and 3 and are the inside strings and then the outside strings. And they would go 3rd string, 2nd string, 4th string, 1st string. Thumb, 3, 2, 4, 1. You can do all that with just your thumb and your index. You don't need to involve the other fingers. Although if you do a lot of finger picking, be my guest. But it'd be thumb, 3, 2, 4, and thumb, 3, 2, 4, and thumb, 3, 2, 4, 1, thumb, 3, 2, 4, 1. With a chord like, let's say, for example, F. That's nice. C, G minor 7. The nice thing about that first strum is you get the entire chord. You get everything you need out of that 4-beat measure because now you're harmonizing with your vocals. And if you screw up the picking pattern, you've already hit the chord. Like that, I just screwed that up. Screwed that up. So that's just the whole thing. Then we get to the chorus and we go, down on the corner, out in the street. You just strum down, down, up, down. Well, then the poor boys are playing, bring a nickel, tap your feet. And we could do a lot of, every fourth, like the 4th F, the last chord in the line, like the 4th measure, we could strum it and do 1st string, 2nd string, 3rd string, and throw in a lot of stuff that we've been talking about. But just because we have a strum and a picking pattern that's inside, outside, that's what normally that's referred to, where you play your inside strings and then your outside strings, where you percolate some coffee. Since we've got that going on, we won't try to add anything else to the song. We'll see if we can get through it just with that pattern. And we'll take it pretty slow. Who's got questions? Well, sometimes I start a song, I get all excited. I start a song and anybody who's looking on out there in the universe has to see the ukulele in the close-up and doesn't get to see my smiling face. So there we did it. I switched back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do, 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 do. Do, do, do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, do, do. Do, 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 do. Early in the evening, just about supper time, over by the courthouse, they're starting to unwind. 4 kids on the corner trying to pick you up. Willie picks a tune out and he blows it on the harp, strum it out. Down on the corner, out in the street, Willie and the poor boys is playing. Bring a nickel, tap your feet. Rooster hits the washboard. People just gotta smile. Blinky thumps the gut bass and solos for a while. Poor boy twangs the rhythm out on his Kalamazoo. Willie goes into a dance and doubles on kazoo. Down on the corner, out in the street, Willie and the poor boys are playing. Bring a nickel, tap your feet. Bob on the bass. You don't need a penny just to hang around. But if you got a nickel, won't you lay your money down? Over on the corner, there's a happy noise. People come from all around to watch the magic boy. Down on the corner, out in the street, Willie and the poor boys are playing. Bring a nickel, tap your feet. Down to the bottom, down on the corner, out in the street, Willie and the poor boys are playing. Bring a nickel, bring a nickel, bring a nickel, tap your feet. Aw. How about them apples? If that wasn't just peachy. Peachy, peachy, peachy. So, and you're at a disadvantage on Tuesday. We did a lot of fan strum work. And so we're continuing that with this song. So you could strum it any way you want to. Let me see. I want that last line to show. I don't want to shrink it anymore. That last chord diagram is E minor. So that, of course, is open 4, 3, 2. If you can't see that. C add 9. So we're used to doing C sus4 where we add our F note. C, add an F note. C sus4, very pretty. C add 9 is just you're adding a D note instead. So C, D. And that is the 3rd string 2nd fret up there. The middle of your D chord, oddly enough. That one there. And it's not shown here anywhere because just how we would, when we feel like it, we're doing a country song. And we do a C. We would just add that F note just because we feel like it. I'm going to add that D note whenever I feel like it. So that's a good acoustic moment, is hold your C and see if you can strum your, hold your C and do down, down, up, and put your finger down on that 2nd fret 3rd string right after the up. So down, down, up, down, down, up, So you get a little hammering noise. You get 2 tones for the price of 1. And then if you finished out the strum, you would do up, down. Down, down, up, down. And so, if I remember, there's other stuff going on here, so I may forget. But I've been adding that D note every time I play the C in practice, in rehearsal. We do intense rehearsals around here. I've been adding that D note every time I play the C because it forms a nice transition because the next chord is D. So you're doing C, you're adding a D, and then you go in D, and it's just a nice smooth transition. That's what I've been doing anyway. So if you hear some tonal stuff coming through the airwaves, that's what's going on, is I'm adding a D note. Now, so what have we been doing? We've been doing the fan strum. We've been doing down, fan, and I'm just running both my index and following up with my thumb. Down, fan. So it's almost like I've got 2 fingers strumming at the same time, but because the thumb trails, it gives you this nice percussive playing card in your pinned to your spokes of your bicycle kind of a sound. So it's down, fan, up, down, fan, up, down. Nice and slow, Bob. Down, fan, up, down, fan, up, down, fan, up, down. And do I do it perfectly every time? No way. It's a really nice strum to add to your repertoire, but it takes some practice. And it takes a soft touch. You're not doing it like you've got a stiff guitar pick and you're doing that thing. It's just a really soft, soften up, deaden your fingers, soften them up like they're 2 little pieces of spaghetti at the end of your index and your thumb. Like a feather. When we used to do sessions in the living room here, I used to bring out a small paintbrush and I would strum with a paintbrush to try to give that sound and that feel of just how light. Your touch does not need to be heavy at all. Okay, so what's all this D// D sus4 D hoopla? So that is down, down, down on the D. Poof out one of your fingers like the bottom of your D. That's D sus4 and bring it back in. Down, 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 out, back. Down, 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 out, back. So instead of strumming, C and D incessantly once in a while at the end of a line, we'll use that as just kind of a different rhythmic break just for fun. Plus, we're doing a fan strum, so that's kind of a flamenco thing. And this kind of sounds a little bit Spanish. Down, 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 out, back. Now, we used to have this in C, and so we used to do C sus4 instead of D sus4. So we would add that F note. And so it's one of those little rhythmic things that you can use in any song you're practicing that ends in a C or a D or whatever, just anytime you want to just break it up. It's 4 beats, so it takes the place of a 4-beat measure. And if you aren't getting anything about what I just described, then you just play D for 4 beats and then just continue on with the C and the D and all that stuff. But if you want to play along, then that's what I'm doing. So when we had it in C, we would just add that F note. If you were playing it in G, you would just add your pinky for G sus4. F. That F sus is a harder thing because it's like you're playing a B flat without the third string. You could get away with just flattening out. If you're playing an F and you want to get that little rhythmic twitch in there, you'd get away with just playing C7 sus4, which is just the first two strings, open, open, 1, 1. You don't have to stretch up and get that top of the third fret. You can just F, 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 flat, F. So that's kind of a fun thing to mess around with as you're thinking, you know, I'm strumming a lot of these chords over and over again. I wonder if I could make them sound different. The fan strum makes it sound different. And then having these little rhythmic twitches make it sound different. So let's do nice and slow. Let's do that third, what is that? The fourth line? What is that? If you count the intro, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth line. Let's do that C, fan, nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. D, C, D, C, D. Test is coming. Here we go. Ah, how'd you do? C, test. C, test. Now the problem is, not that it's a problem, the challenge is, right after you do that, that next section starts with an E minor. And you don't, right after you hit that last D, you don't sit around and wait for applause. You got to go to the E minor. So that goes. So this is your ukastenic moment. Do the D combo dealy bop and then go to E minor. 1, 2, nice and slow. 3, 4. E minor. That's kind of fun. That's a good practice. D to E minor to D to E minor to D to E minor. That's another ukastenic moment. So, let me see what else. That's going on. The last section, just for fun, again, to break up the continuous strumming, we do an E minor tap, D tap, E minor tap, D tap. D funky. So that happens. And then we do a bunch of them at the end to show that we're fancy. And then the very last chord, I don't know if I diagrammed this, I haven't diagrammed this out. E minor 7 is the 7th fret barred, and you've got a little dot there. Unless you've got a super fancy ukulele, you've got a little dot on your 7th fret, and so you can just throw your finger up there. E minor is really the 7th fret plus the top of the 9th, but there's only 7 mad geniuses in the world who can hear the difference between those two chords. So we just bar that 7th, and that's how we end. So the ending would be, you know, whoa, 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 you know, fancy D, rest, rest, like that. So, who's got questions? That was a lot of stuff just to kind of get you freaked out on a Saturday. Here you go again. I might actually be able to hit a couple of these notes. Stevie Nicks was our Taylor Swift. I say our, the 70s Taylor Swift. I guess every decade had a Taylor Swift. Maybe every era had a Taylor Swift. But she was ours. She filled up stadiums. She did solo tours for many men. She's still doing solo tours, for crying out loud. I wonder if Taylor Swift will be doing solo tours in her 60s and 70s. Anyway, Rumors album, 1977. The album that sold 10 billion copies. 1, 2, 3, 4. Add that D. Now here you go again, you say you want your freedom. Well, who am I to keep you down? It's only right you should play the way you feel it, but listen carefully to the sound of your loneliness. Like a heartbeat drives you mad in the stillness of the remembering of what you had, what you lost, what you had, what you lost. Test. Thunder only happens when it's raining. Players only love you when they're playing. Now women, they will come and they will go. When the rain washes you clean, you'll know. You'll know. Now here I go again, I see crystal visions. I keep my visions to myself. It's only me who wants to wrap around your dreams. And have you any dreams you'd like to sell? Dreams of loneliness, like a heartbeat drives you mad in the stillness of remembering what you had, what you lost, what you had, what you lost. Thunder only happens when it's raining. Players only love you when they're playing. Say women, they will come and they will go. When the rain washes you clean, you'll know. Single strums. Thunder only happens when it's raining. Players only love you when they're playing. Say women, they will come, they will go. When the rain washes you clean, you'll know. You'll know. You will know. Whoa, 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 you'll know. 7th fret, rest, rest. Aww. So I'm so used to playing this in C that after the single, strums, I went to play C. Ha! It's good to have bloopers. Gives everybody an excuse to just mess around, make plenty of mistakes. You know, Tom Peters always said your rate of learning is accelerated by your rate of mistakes, or something like that. Something like that. I was, of course, hammering the bottom of my D. Again, on the up, I was going down, down. And on the up, right after I hit that first up, I was putting my finger back down on the bottom, my pinky on the bottom of my D. And I was hammering the E minor. There I do it with the middle finger. You could do it with your index. But somehow that hammering the G, you're releasing and you're going from an E string to a G string, and that E to G hammer just sounds really evocative of something. So I like the middle finger on the E minor for those of you who are practicing your hammers. And that's probably all I'll say about that. Oh my goodness, Faithless Love, that looks complicated. J.D. Souther should have been an Eagle, but he joined the Souther Hiller Furray Band instead. And is a great singer-songwriter. Faithless Love was up for the best country song in either the 74 or the 75 Emmys. Emmys. I'm just trying to be as one with the president. Grammys, Emmys, whatever. But Steve Goodman wrote City of New Orleans, which was also up for Best Country Single. And Steve died in the middle of that year. So everybody voted for City of New Orleans. And that's how that works. So if you really, really want a big award, that's a strategy. It's not funny, Bob. That is not funny. 3-2-1-2 is the new Steve Martin version of how to start a song. 3-2-1-2. No, it's not. That's a picking pattern. 3-2-1-2. Maybe, what the heck. We'll bring in the action cam as long as I've got it set up. Might as well do it. The OUJ action cam. See what happens there. Again, we mute our strings because we care. So 3-2-1-2 means you do third string, second string, first string, second string. And I'm doing that with 3 different fingers. Thumb, index, middle, back to index. 3-2-1-2. 3-2-1-2. So I'm not playing them, giving them exactly the same weight. I'm giving a little rhythm. 3-2-1-2. 3-2-1-2. So the idea here is you would, if you don't like the picking pattern, then you would strum out 4 beats of C, 4 beats of E flat, 4 beats of A flat, 4 beats of G. If you like the picking pattern, you would hold your chord and you would do 3-2. You would strum it once. Strum 3-2-1-2. Let's do that without the chord. Strum 3-2-1-2. Strum 3-2-1-2. Strum 3-2-1-2. Strum 3-2-1-2. It's just an embellishment. It's a little spice in the song. It comes up a couple of times. You could totally get a fabulous song out of this song just by strumming all the way through. You don't have to add this. But I think J.D. Souther finger picks almost the entire song. And so it helps add some finger picking element to give you a feel of the original. So you do strum 3, 2, 1, 2. Now check this out. If you have the presence of mind when you form your C and you're getting ready to start the song, and later on, like at the end of the second section, right there, the shaded section, and then down at the bottom, at the very end, when you go to form that C slash, trying to get you to do a strum with a C slash, if you hide your index finger on the first string, first fret, then your move to E flat is not, your fingers are waving around up here, trying to find E flat and jumping off the neck and then trying to remember it and looking up at the chord diagram. And now you're 5 beats behind the rest of the group. If you hide your index back there, then your move to E flat is just lifting up your ring finger and setting the 2 fingers down. So it goes 2, 3, 4. Hide a fingers, C, 2, 3, 4. Hide a finger, C, 2, 3, 4. And then you're going to A flat, and now you've got your ring finger in the right spot to move it over and form a G form. It's not a G, because this is a G, but it's either G sharp or A flat. But your finger on E flat, your ring finger is in the right spot to just slide it over, pop in the other 2 fingers for your G form, and then slide it back to G. So it goes C, 2, 3, 4, hidden finger trick E flat, 2, 3, 4, slide, 2, 3, 4, G, faithless love. And then we'll just strum it out. And we can do a lot of different things in there, but we'll just strum it out. There is an embellishment that we'll talk about in a minute, but let's stay with this 3, 2, 1, 2 and just see if anybody has any questions. I would pop on the gallery view just to see if anybody's still awake out there, but I think we'll stick with this for now. So anyway, faithless love, like a river flows. And remember where I was saying, we learn these sus chords and adding an F or adding a D note or whatever. When we play this faithless love, like I'm going to add, whenever I remember, I'm going to add that F note on my C. And then move up to F, like a river flows, like raindrops falling on a broken road. Now that second line, FF/C, is I add a pinky on that first string, 3rd fret. That's your C note, so it just gives your F a little punch. And I don't care where you add it, and you shouldn't either. But I usually add it on the up, down, down, add, down, down, add. Valley repeats where nobody goes. Now here's the embellishment. You could just do 2 beats each. Night blows in like a cold 2, G to F. Faithless C to G to F at a C. Did you remember to hide your index? The embellishment is when we get to C dot G dot F, is you could pick your C note. That's your open third string, and then just strum. So that would be your 2 beats. Pick, strum. Your G note is right there, the middle of your G, that second string, third fret. G strum, F, F strum. So if you were thinking about it, it would be pick the third string, second string, C, G, F. Now, why do we practice our scales? For moments like this. C, G, F, C, G, F, C, G. This is an acoustic moment. C, G, F, C, G, F. See there, I went for the A flat and I was in my G and I forgot, but I quickly just shifted it and it sounded fine. Anyways, I'm entertaining myself for the moment. I think those are the elements of the song. Let's see here. Yeah, those are kind of the tricky things, the tricky bits, as we like to say. We sitting in the chair with the torso and no head. Questions? Who's got questions? Let's bring us back to the studio view. Back to the studio view. Well, let's see if we can figure this out. Strum 3, 2, 1, 2 with the hidden finger, at least on the very first one. I've got my finger in the right place. If I screw up the rest of them, that's fine. But for the first one, you should be able to hide your finger, at least the first time. We'll do that nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Slide back. Faithless love, like a river flows, like raindrops falling on a broken rose, down in some valley where nobody goes, where the night blows in like a cold, dark wind. Faithless love, like a river flows. We're gonna start over. I get so excited by that C, G, F. Sometimes there's an extra F, 4 beats of F and F/C, and sometimes there's not. I get so excited. I go there, but one back at the top. 1, 2. Hide your finger. 3, 4. This is a disaster. Faithless love, like a river flows, like raindrops falling on a broken rose, down in some valley where nobody goes, where the night blows in like a cold, dark wind. Faithless love, like a river flows. Faithless love, where did I go wrong? Too many stories, too many heartbreak songs, where nobody's right and nobody's wrong. find you, in misery entwine you. Faithless love, where did I go wrong? Well, I guess I'm standing in the hall of the broken dreams. That's the way it sometimes goes. Every new love never turns out like it seems. Guess the feeling comes and goes. Faithless love, like a river flows. Raindrops falling on a broken road, down in some valley where nobody goes. Faithless love has found me, thrown its chilly arms around me. Faithless love, faithless love, faithless love, like a river flows, like a river flows. Oh my goodness, I got some practice to do. That's not horrible, but that could be smoother. But that's a really nice, really sweet song. Great singer-songwriter. And that's what we got to say about that. Now, 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover only made it. No, that's a bad joke. Anyway, made it to number one. One of Paul Simon's number one hits made it to number one. And 1975, of course, the Still Crazy album. He probably had a solo album before that. I don't actually know that, if that was his first. With Me and Julio, or was that a Simon and Garfunkel song? I don't know. But anyway, a massively popular best-selling album. What did I think? Oh, there's an outro down there. Well, what the heck? We better show the outro. We can hide the title and show the outro. You see anything going on with the chords? B7, of course, everybody's favorite. We've got B flat again, which can be played. Well, we'll show you something there. I'll show you something there. And yeah, so let's look at the acoustic moments. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the last couple of sessions we've done this for 2 beats. We've done strum 1, 2, where we've done, Bob, please, the action cam. Activate action cam. Do, 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 do. Okay. Where we've done strum and then first string, second string. Not 3, 2, 1, 2, just the 1, 2. Strum 1, 2. So that would be with 2 beats, 1, 2, and 1, 2, and 1, 2, and 1, 2, and. There's a very interesting, I don't know if it's interesting or not, Bob. But anyway, that's all I wanted to show you there. If you have questions about that, we'll demonstrate in just a second here. For whatever reason, just to get us started, we just did an E minor, rest, B minor 7, rest, C major 7, rest. Then here's your B7, and your B7 can be played, of course, like an E minor. Same fingers, same shape, starting on the 2nd fret, but on the 2nd string instead of the 1st string. That's your B7. instead of E minor, B7. It can be played like a G, again, just one string up. I probably play it like a G more than anything. And of course, it can be barred on the 2nd fret and throw your middle finger up there on the 3rd string, 3rd fret, which in some contextuals, that makes sense. But for most of us, for most of the time, we see B7, that E minor shape, is a familiar shape. The G is a familiar shape. And so both of those work just great. So you got the B7, and then all of a sudden we've got E minor dot. So that's strum 1, 2, A minor 7. Strum 1, 2, strum, rest. Problem is all inside. So the interesting thing is, why did I leave the dot out of the first chord of many of these E minors? I don't know why I did that, because I felt like it. The problem is all inside your head, she said to me. Answer is easy if you take it logically. I'd like to help you in your struggle to be free. Must be rest 50 ways, rest, leave your lover. So that's kind of the second verse is basically laid out the same as the first. Who's got questions about this strum 1, 2, strum 1, 2, strum? Can I just strum that? Can I just do E minor? Can I just strum it twice? Of course you can. Can I do down, down, up? Of course you can. Can I do down, up, down? Of course you can. It's just one approach. It's kind of fun, keeps our fingers active, keeps our mind active. Strum 1, 2 is not what the rest of the world is doing, and so we do it just to have fun. What else? Yeah. So who's got questions? That takes care of the first two and the last two, where there are some stops in different places, single strums, but whatever. That takes care of the first two verses and the 3rd and the 4th verse. We'll talk about the chorus in a second. Wait and see if anybody has any questions. So, you end the second section. There must be 50 ways to leave your lover. Strum E minor. You wait as long as you want, because the audience is now completely captivated. And then you start in. You just slip out the back, Jack. I'm just doing thumb strums and all thumb strums, and I'm just pressing 3, 4. So the chord is your first beat. Your dot is your second beat. Apostrophe is your third beat. A dot is your fourth beat. Apostrophe 5th beat. Dot is 6th beat. Apostrophe is 7th beat. Dot is your 8th beat. So almost every one of these chords has 8 beats. You just slip out the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's make a new plan. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Don't need to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, G, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, G, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. G minor 7, 2, did, G, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And repeat. Now, you're still not a big fan of G minor 7 or B flat. You play in G. Slide it to the 5th. What? Slide what to the 5th? Your G form. You're playing G. take all of those fingers and the same strings and just do the same thing up on the 5th fret. Then back to C, a friendly chord, and G, and G, and slide it to the 5th. Just like the cool kids are doing. That's all that is. Get to the very end, just drop off the key Lee, wherever that is, just above this little shaded section, just drop off the key Lee and get yourself free. And then, again, you rest as long as you want because the audience is just going nuts. And then you just do a little. She said, it grieves me so to see you in such pain. Wish there was something I could do to make you smile again. I said, and you just continue. So, questions?
Bob,
Annie?
the 5th fret G form is what chord?
B flat.
Oh, okay.
So you're substituting where it says B flat. You're substituting because you don't like it, this form, for just going from a G and just sliding your fingers down. That's your G, B flat on the 5th. That's your B flat on the 1st.
Thank you.
Excellent question. Outstanding. Better get going. We only got 15 minutes to go. You guys are talking a lot. Yeah. Any other questions? You count off 1, 2, 3, 4, and you think you're going to go, but it's a slow song. So I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, 4. Rest, 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 rest. The problem is all inside your head, she said to me. The answer is easy if you take it logically. I'd like to help you in your struggle to be free. There must be 50 ways to leave your lover. She said it's really not my habit to intrude. Furthermore, hope my meaning won't be lost or misconstrued. But I'll repeat myself. At the risk of being crude, there must be 50 ways to leave your lover. 50 ways to leave your lover. You just slip out the back, Jack. Make a new plan, Stan. Don't need to be coy, Roy. Just get yourself free. Hop on the bus, Gus. Don't need to discuss much. Drop off the key, Lee. Get yourself free. Or slip out the back, Jack. Make a new plan, Stan. Don't need to be coy, Roy. Just listen to me. Hop on the bus, Gus. Don't need to discuss much. Drop off the key, Lee, and get yourself free. Rest, rest. She said, it grieves me so to see you in such pain. I wish there was something I could do to make you smile again. I said, I appreciate that. And would you please explain about the 50 ways? She said, why don't we both just sleep on it tonight? And I believe in the morning you'll begin to see the light. And then she kissed me, and I realized she probably was right. There must be 50 ways to leave your lover. 50 ways to leave your lover. You just slip out the back, Jack. Make a new plan, Stan. Don't need to be coy, Roy. Just get yourself free. Hop on the bus, Gus. Don't need to discuss much. Just drop off the key, Lee, and get yourself free. Slip out the back, Jack. Make a new plan, Stan. Don't need to be coy, Roy. Just listen to me. Hop on the bus, Gus. Don't need to discuss much. Drop off the key, Lee. Get yourself free. Rest, rest, outro, bottom line. Aw. People are going nuts at home, I'm telling you. Let's do Down on the Corner again. Kidding. That was a joke. That was a joke. I hit a button and it went to the top for some reason. Let's do Forever Young. Bobby Dylan. So my friend and yours, Wikipedia, says that he played this in like 467 concerts. It was never. I was a big Dylan fan, and so is my old roommate, Bill Wigglesworth, by the way. Huge Dylan fan. Anyway, I went birding. Let's do country dropping. I went birding in Belize, and this guy who was on the trip had seen like 467 Dylan concerts. He was a Dylan fan. Anyway, I never knew this song. And he had like his 75th birthday, and there was this big tribute. And it was held in Ireland. A bunch of people covering a bunch of different Dylan songs. And then they did Forever Young at the end. And it's like everybody came on and did either a chorus or a verse or sang harmony or whatever. And it's like everybody loves this song. It's like, where in the world did that come from? So then we started playing it as a group, and that's the name of that. So let's see, what were we going to do here? I was going to do more fan-strum. But I think for those who like that hammering thing, you've got the D. And you can just, because you got the control with the thumb strum, you can pull the bottom of your D out, strum, and put your finger back down. Thumb down, up, down. And you can hammer with your F minor. And G, of course, with the bottom of your G. So we can either make this very easy. So maybe F sharp minor is not an easy chord for folks. I don't know. It's a G7, a badly played G7. Everything moves up. What is that? 2, 1, 2, open. Or you can, do the hammer. The A is an interesting hammer. You can hammer the top note. But you can also hammer both fingers. Gives it a very country twangy kind of thing. And E minor we talked about, I like that middle finger. So we'll just do it nice, slow down, down, up, down. And you want to just strum along and don't want to goof off with the hammering. That's all good. It's your house, it's your home, it's your time. Which I thank you if you stuck this out. Thanks so much for being here. What else is going on? There's just some stops. Yeah. Anybody have questions? You're looking at this. B minor, of course. B minor 7 is your substitute. Anytime you see B minor, you don't have to throw that finger up to the top of the 4th fret. You just do a barred 2nd fret, or put all your fingers down, or just put 3 fingers down and play a G major 7. How would that sound? Young, forever young. I don't know. Yeah, I think it probably sound fine, but B minor versus B minor 7, it all works out. 2nd fret. 1, 2, 3, 4. May God bless and keep you always. May your wishes all come true. May you always do for others and let others do for you. May you build a ladder to the stars and climb on every rung. May you stay forever young, forever young, forever young. May you stay forever young. May you grow up to be righteous. May you grow up to be true. May you always know the truth. See the lights surrounding you. May you always be courageous. Stand upright and be strong. And may you stay forever young. Forever young. Forever young. May you stay forever young. May your hands always be busy. May your feet always be swift. May you have a strong foundation when the winds of changes shift. May your heart always be joyful. May your song always be sung. May you stay forever young. Forever young. Forever young. May you stay forever young. Forever young. Forever young. May you stay forever young. That was the 200th edition of OUJ's More Than One at One. For those of you who tuned in at 2, my sincere apologies. It really was 1 o'clock. More than 1 at 1. I was hoping that the veterans would comprehend that 2 was a mistake and that the new folks would ask a question if they had one. And so I don't like to send out extra errata. hey, I made a mistake emails. So if you got it on time, thank you so much. If you got it at 2 o'clock, my apologies. There will be, of course, a replay that you can take a look at. And all this stuff that we cover, the idea is that you take some of what we cover and apply it to songs that you love. And hopefully that helps you just add a little spice to what you're doing out there with whatever song you're doing it to. So thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Bob.
Thank you, Bob.
Thanks,
Great to see you all.
Bye.
Ciao, 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 ciao,
Ciao.
ciao.
Hey, Bob,
Yes.
is 24th the next one?
Let me turn my original sound off. There, I turned it off. How's that?
Okay,
Yeah,
sounds good.
go away.
Yeah.
The 24th is the live jam.
Yay.
10 and 14 is how many?
24.
Very good. Very, very good. Yes. All good?
Okay,
All
thank
good.
you.
Very good. Love you. Miss you.
Yes, we
Bella.
miss you too.